I want to thank everybody for coming out to the meeting today. That is fantastic to see people engaged and involved and wanting to be part of their union. I'd like to thank Dan and his team for all their work in the past term. We just had our triennial convention for the UNDE National Defense employees, and it went quite well. So we went over our budget, and we found that we are in really good financial shape, and that is excellent news, because we do know that the department has recently announced that there's going to be a significant budget cut. So before that announcement was made, I spoke with the deputy. So at that point, he said, "Now I know, June, I know, or I presume to know, that you're going to tell me that this can be recovered through getting rid of the contract, you know." So that's exactly what I'm going to tell you. And so he said, "Yes, well, I hear you, I know that you're saying this, show me where that is." He says, "When I look, I don't see where we're contracting out public service work." So I'm like, okay, let's do it. You know, so I've been going to each of the annual general membership meetings, and I've been asking the members, help us identify to the deputy where the public service work is being contracted out to contractors. So that means all work that is being done by contractors that could be or should be done by the public service. Not even limited to just that work that was previously public service. But let's look at all the contracts and determine, is this ongoing? Could this be done by the public service? And if it could, why isn't it? And let's move those up and bring it to his attention. So how do we get that? I need documents. I need documents from the local, and the local gets them from members just like yourself, who are the eyes and ears at the workplace. So we need documents that show the contract value and the type of work that's being done by the contractors. Emails about staffing, contractors in the workplace. If we get copies of the contracts themselves, awesome. You know, so getting meeting minutes for the Labor Management Relations Committee meetings, or the Union Management Consultation Committees that describe any of the issues that are ongoing with contracting out. You know, we've seen minutes where base commanders are admitting that the contracting out work is more expensive and less valuable than the work of the public servants. So if we can get that captured, that would be very helpful to our fight back as well. Also, vacancy management reports, showing where those vacancies exist, and showing that, you know, you used to have public servants here doing this, now you have contractors. Why is that money being reallocated from the suite? And pictures of key documents, of work being done incorrectly by contractors, or if they haven't done the work at all like they were supposed to. For example, we do have numerous examples of cleaning staff, and it's not because the cleaners don't want to clean, it's because their bosses, who are the private contractors, are undermanning it and getting them to do more and more, bigger and bigger spaces, and not allowing them to have the opportunity to even get their work properly done, and yet we still pay the full contract. So these are all kinds of examples, you know, but any other hard evidence that there's proving that there's waste going on, any kind of facts or figures, even all the small ones are going to add up to be a win for all of us. So we're asking you to help us gather this documentation, and it's not meant to be like covertly, you know, when you're doing something in a unacceptable manner. We're not asking you to breach security or anything like that. We're asking you to do this on the up and up. And you know, if your manager is having a problem with sharing the information or doesn't want you to share the information, that should come up as well, because it's a deputy who's asking for this information, so there shouldn't be any challenges at all in being able to gather the information and share the information. So I'm asking all of you to please help your local executive in gathering this info so that we can really move forward in trying to fight back on this. As you more than likely know, we've been trying to fight contracting out forever. And last year, the national executive at UNDE decided to allow me to hire somebody to just work on this. So it's no longer volunteers that are trying to do this off the side of their desk, but we have an actual employee who only works on contracting out. And her name's Eleanor Sherlock. You can see her right on the UND website. We have a contracting out heading. You know, you can pass the information there if you don't want to pass it directly to your local. We'll protect you if you don't want it to appear that you are the one providing us the information. We can hide that too and make it so that it's not obvious who it came from. But we really need this information, and Eleanor is going to work very hard to be able to take this opportunity for the government to do things the right way. I mean, I don't know who was here during DRAP with Stephen Harper days when he laid off a lot of the public servants. And that was just an arbitrary number of public servants. And they said that they were going to get rid of that work. Did anybody see the work disappear? All the programs continued, the work continued, in fact they expanded, only then it went off to contractors instead. And that's nonsense. That's not the best bang for the Canadians' dollars, and it's certainly not providing the best support to the CAF members, and that's what we're here to do. So please help us do that. I'd also like to bring to your attention, I should go on with what the deputy told me was he doesn't intend on recovering that budget reduction through job loss. So he does not intend to have any staffing reductions as a result of this. Where he plans on getting these reductions is out of the travel budget and out of the contracting budget. So we know 80% of the contracting budget goes to shipbuilding and engineering, but it's that other 20% variable where we can really have a significant impact. So I also want to bring to your attention the Veteran Affairs Fight Back campaign. Back in 2021, Veteran Affairs decided to contract out the rehabilitation services for vets. This has been a $560 million contract that has resulted in a far greater cost. It's 30% more than when it was done by the public servants. And the services have been drastically reduced. So this is important right now because it was a 5-year contract, and right now they're looking to extend the contract, even though it's costlier and provides worse service to our vets. So we're asking you to go on our website, uncoverthecost.ca. You'll see all the information pertaining to the Veterans Rehabilitation Program. We even have a letter that's kind of pre-written, but you're welcome to change it however you see fit. And if you hit send, it will be sent off to all the bureaucrats and politicians that are impacting these decisions, so maybe we can get this ship turned around before we go right down that river.